So we are discussing the different classification of signals. So some classification of signals we have seen last day. So we will complete the remaining part of that classification. So the next classification after we discussed last day is energy and power signal. So first, before doing the discussion, let's see how we can calculate energy and power of a given signal. So, so if a signal is there and the power is dissipated across the resistance R, then the instantaneous power of that signal can be written as V square by R. So that we know from the circuit theory class, knowledge of the circuit theory. V square by R. Here xt is the signal. So in instantaneous power of the signal xt, we can write this xt square by R. So this expression we can write by involving current and voltage separately. So if we write the power expression involving the current, then it will be I square by I square R. And if we write um, the voltage form, that will then it will be R square T by X square by R. Now um, this is called instantaneous power. Now if R here in this expression, if the resistance is considered 1, then if resistance is considered as 1, then uh, it is said is a normalized power. That is the normalized with respect to unit resistance. So the normalized instantaneous power can be expressed by only x squared, just the signal square, xt square. Now if we take the average of the normalized power, then the average power can be written as minus integration over one time period. If the signal is assumed is uh, is extend from minus t by 2 to plus t by 2. So entire time period is basically we can consider t0. uh, Time period is t0, then integration is done in one time period minus t0 by 2 to plus t0 by 2. This is integration over one time period and it is average. So 1 by t is coming, this factor is coming to make this power average, to obtain average power. So these are the three different type of power expression we got. One is instantaneous power, then one is normalized power, third one is the average power. Now let's define and power signal. So we know what is power. So let's discuss let's define the average the power signal. So we will call a signal power signal if the power is of non-zero value. That means a definite is is average power is a definite value. So definite value means less than infinity. So xt signal is said to be power signal if normalized average power is non-zero or finite. So thus for the power signal, the normalized average power P is finite and non-zero. So so for the discrete signal, this is the expression for power, that is summation from minus n to plus n, and uh, is multiplied with 1 by 2n plus 1, and if n tends to infinity, it tends to infinity means the signal extends from infinite duration. So if n tends to infinity, so we will obtain the average the power for the discrete signal. This is a standard definition. Now, if we want to find out the energy of the signal, energy is basically if xt is the signal, then its average area. So we know the area is integration minus infinity to plus infinity xt dt. So this is the calculation of area. But if the signal is oscillate with respect to positive amplitude and negative amplitude, then what will happen if we perform simple integration? Then negative area and positive area will give us some other type of result. So for that reason, the energy is calculated uh, by taking the square of xt. So if we make the square of it, then all the negative areas, suppose it is a sinusoidal signal, if the oscillation is like this, so this is positive, we will get a positive area expression from here. From this, we will get a negative area expression. So if we simply add this all areas, then the positive negative values will produce zero result. So this is not a uh, measurement of energy. So that's why the measurement of energy is done by making square of this signal. If we make the square, then what will happen? The negative area will be positive area. Now, if we will do the integration, perform the integration operation, then we can get some measurement of energy. So the measurement of energy is minus infinity to plus infinity integration x square t dt. If the if the signal is a complex type of signal, then uh, we can take the mod of the signal. To generalize this, so we are writing the energy expression like this: minus infinity to plus infinity mod xt square dt. Now let's define the energy signal. A signal xt is said to be an energy signal if its normalized energy is non-zero and finite. Non-zero finite means that finite value of the integration has to come. Uh, that means the energy of any we will call the signal energy signal. We will get the finite amount of energy of it. So if we get the infinite number of energy, then the signal will not be a energy signal. Suppose if the signal extends from minus infinity to plus infinity, suppose, then there is a chance to get infinite number of um, energy area. So that the energy content will be infinite. So the energy signal will then purposefully it has to diminishing to zero after some time. Suppose this is a signal. This is a signal. You see that here the amplitude is going down, and after some time it will tends to zero. That means the area under this curve will be a finite value. Will be a finite value. This is the energy signal, and if the signal that energy is coming as infinite, then the signal will not be called an infinite energy signal. So this is the expression for the discrete time signal. This is the expression for the in measurement of energy n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity mod xn square. This is the infinite summation. minus infinity to plus infinity, I said that the energy signal obviously a band limited signal. So after some time the signal amplitude will go to zero. Now this is the summarization of energy and power signal. So for energy signal the condition is that this is the energy will be um, a finite value. That means it is in value of the energy is greater than zero but less than infinity, and for the power also power is greater than zero but less than infinite. Now these are the difference between two uh, power signal energy signal are listed here. First one is energy, the signal having finite zero power is called, the signal having finite non-zero power, sorry, for non-zero power is called as power signal. So non-zero power obviously, and here same thing, the signal having finite non-zero energy is called the energy signal. Almost all periodic signal in practice are power signal, but almost all non-periodic signal are energy signal. So the power measurement is basically average kind of thing. So when a signal, periodic signal extends from minus infinity to plus infinity, we are interested about to find out only the average power of it. For that reason, for a periodic signal which extends for infinite duration, power measurement is possible. But in case of energy signal, if the signal extends to infinite, then the energy will come infinite value. So it doesn't possible in energy signal. That's why the non-periodic signal, that means signal there is no period. After some time, the signal amplitude will go to zero. That type of signal, non-periodic signal, there is some definite measurement of the energy. Next, third point is power signal can exist over an infinite time. They are not time limited, that we have discussed. The power signal can possible to extend up to infinite, but energy signal must have short duration, um, exist in short duration, so that we can get the finite amount of energy of it. So the fourth one is in power, energy of power. Energy of power signal is infinite. Obviously, if the signal is infinite duration signal, so if its energy content will be obviously infinite, but power is basically average of energy. So we can get the average value of power. So, and the power of energy signal is zero. Obviously, there is no time period of this signal. So if we calculate its average of that energy power, average of kind of power, then it is not possible in case of power signal because there is no time period of that signal. So there is a small numerical problem we have. We have to obtain the energy of the signal xn a to the power n un, where the value of a less than 1. So for this exponential kind of signal, we have to find out the energy. We have to remember that the A is less than 1. Depending on the A, whether it is greater than 1, less than 1, negative value, positive value, the xn, xn is basically the shape of the xn will change. In that case, A is less than 1, obviously exponentially decaying signal. So the definition, according to the definition of the energy measurement, the energy can measured by this formula: minus infinity to summation minus infinity to plus infinity xn square. Now the signal is a to the power n un. Here un is basically unit step signal. Un, unit step signal means the step signal of unit amplitude, that is amplitude is 1. So if any signal is multiplied with 1, the value will come the itself the signal, the value attains that particular time, the signal attains the value. is that value? Because it is multiplied with 1. So why we multiplied any signal to un? So we multiply any signal to un to make the signal causal. Now what is causal signal? Causal signal is like that. If all the sample values of the signal lies for the positive values of n, for the positive values of n, the signal is called a causal signal. This is called causal signal. If any if any single sample value is present for negative values of n, then the signal will become a non-causal signal. Signal will be a non-causal signal. So UN basically a signal. All of we know the definition of unit step signal. Unit step signal is defined only for the positive values of n. So when t greater than 0, amplitude is 1. If t less than 0, amplitude is 0. This is the definition of unit step signal. Now in our case, the step signal is basically a UN is discrete signal. So the discrete sample amplitude is there, but the nature of the signal will be same. It is defined only for the positive values of n. It is defined for the positive values. Now any suppose if any value, if it is multiplied with a positive one, then the ultimate the value will be uh, positive. So this is the purposefully UN is multiplied with any signal to make the signal causal. So as u minus n, for UN for the negative values of n, for the negative values of n, the amplitude is 0. So 0 will be if any signal, suppose some sample values falls in the negative values of n, then it will be multiplied with 0, and ultimately what will happen? The negative values, for the negative values of n, whatever the sample values are coming, that will be 0. So there will be no sample values for the negative values of n. And this way we can make any signal a causal signal. This is the purpose to multiply any signal with UN. So as we progress to discuss the different chapters, we will observe that this is a standard operation we will do every time. Now, as the signal is causal, so the a summation from minus infinity to 0 is no longer required now. So the summation is offered for n equal to 0 to infinity only. So energy measurement equation is little bit transformed. The summation is now from n equal to 0 to infinity a to the power n square. So this is the thing. Now for the different values of n, we are getting the different expression, and this way we observe that this expression is coming at infinite geometric progression, infinite GP series. So for infinite GP series, so the formula is this 1 by 1 minus a if a less than g1. So this way for our expression, the common term is a square, and the summation will be 1 by 1 minus a square if it is valid only a square is less than 1. So this is the energy of that signal. Now the last
স্যার
classification,
স্যার
yes,
স্যার বলছিলাম যে মানে প্রিভিয়াস কোশ্চেনটাতে তো লেখা ছিল না যে ইউ অফ এনটা ইউনিট স্টেপ ফাংশন, তো আমরা ওয়ান কেন ধরলাম?
ইউএন ইউএন মিনস ইউএন মানেই হচ্ছে ইউনিট স্টেপ। এটা হচ্ছে স্ট্যান্ডার্ড
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা।
ডেফিনিশন। মানে ইউএন ডেল্টা
ও
এন মানে আমরা ওটাকে ইম্পালস হিসাবেই জানি। ইউএন মানে আমরা
ও
ইউনিট
আচ্ছা
স্টেপ
আচ্ছা।
হিসেবেই জানি ওটা।
ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে, ওকে
স্ট্যান্ডার্ড
স্যার।
সিগন্যাল গুলো আমরা এই পরের স্লাইড গুলোতে দেখব। মানে ইউএন মানে ডিএসপি কিংবা এনি ইলেকট্রনিক্স এর এনি ইলেকট্রিক্যাল থিওরেমে ইউএন বলতে গেলে ওটাকে ইউনিট স্টেপই ধরা। এটা একটা স্ট্যান্ডার্ড এক্সপ্রেশন, মানে রিপ্রেজেন্টেশন। ঠিক আছে? ডেল্টা এন ডেল্টা এ টি মানে যেমন ইম্পালস ধরা হয় ওটাকে, ইউএন মানে মানে ইউনিট স্টেপ। Now, the next classification is deterministic signal and non-deterministic signal. By name, we can understand that it is deterministic means the signal has a definite shape. Signal has some definite mathematical equation. So these two properties, at least these two property will be there for the deterministic signal. There should be a definite mathematical expression to represent the signal, and obviously if there is definite mathematical expression is there, that means there should be some definite shape of the signal also. These signals are called deterministic signal. On the other hand, random signal or non-deterministic signal means there will be no definite shape of the signal, and there will be no definite mathematical expression for the signal also. That's why the signal is called non-deterministic or random signal. So example is this type of sinusoidal signal. The definite mathematical equation is there, and obviously the sinusoidal signal will be definite shape is there. So sinusoidal expression is a sine 2 pi ft, where f is the frequency, a is the amplitude. For the different type values of the t, the amplitude will change according to this mathematical expression. And random signal means suppose this kind of signal, the signal is varying abruptly. So this is called random signal. There should not be any mathematical equation to represent the signal. So to represent the signal, the probability distribution function is used. That we will see in the later part of the course. So this is deterministic signal. This is a definite mathematical equation is there. In that case, in this case, the mathematical equation is a sine 2 pi ft. Now, multi-channel signal and multi-dimensional signal. Multi-channel signal means the signal that is generated by multiple sources or multiple sensors. The signals are generated. Suppose in case of ECG, we know there are number of sensor nodes are there, leads are there, sometimes 9, sometimes 12. So if 12 leads are there, that means 12 different sensor placed into 12 different parts of the body. So each of the sensor is collecting data from the different part of the body. Now 12 sensors are there. So 12 sensors are collecting 12 different signals. So if this signal, if we represent the ECG signal xt, which is composed of number of different signals, this type of signals are called multi-channel signal. So this is called multi-channel signal. In that means it composed with different number of numerous signal. And multi-dimensional signal, another one is multi-dimensional signal means suppose if we consider TV picture. TV picture means television picture. suppose television picture is constructed with number of numeral of pixels, which is called the fundamental unit of a picture, that is called pixel or dots. So it is composed of numeral dots. So numeral dots at numeral position. So position is assigned to a pixel. Now, in case of moving picture, so this pixel value will change. That means an extra amount number of um, variables comes, which is t. So a pixel is defined in a particular space by the value x and y coordinate. And if it is a moving picture, then again one extra in variable is coming, which is t. So x, y, t. So three-dimensional signal, three independent variables are there. Now suppose this, again this pixel composed with RGB value for case of color picture. If it associate RGB value, uh, then what will be the thing? This multidimensional signal, again the dimensional get increased. It will incorporate again with RGB three different values. So this way we can, the number of dimension of the signal is increased. This is called multi-dimensional signal, and the previous one is the multi-channel signal, which is defined in case of ECG signal. So now this is the summation whatever we have discussed in this slide: continuous time, continuous signal, and discrete signal. So this is the definition of the signal, and this is the pictorial representation of the signal. This is continuous time, this is its discrete time form. And the next one is continuous valued and discrete valued signal. This is continuous valued, that means the signal value is changing continuously. But here the signal value amplitude is not changing continuously, but at some different speed. So that is called continuous amplitude signal and discrete amplitude signal. Amplitude of the signal is changing discretely. Next one is periodic signal, non-periodic signal. Periodic signal looks like this. Non-periodic signal, there is no period of the signal. Same unit not repeating again and again. In that case, the same shape is repeating again and again. Next one is odd signal, even signal. This signal is symmetric with respect to vertical axis. That's why it is even signal. This signal is symmetric with respect to the origin. This signal is called odd signal. Just we discussed power signal and energy signal. Deterministic signal, non-deterministic signal, multi-channel signal, and multi-dimensional signal. In this next, we will discuss how we can represent a signal. Today, actually, in our digital signal processing course, we will deal only digital signal or discrete signal. So how we can represent a discrete signal? So there are three kind of representation we have. One is functional representation. Second one is tabular representation. And third one is the sequence representation. So let's discuss the first one. This is functional representation. Xn is the signal. It is defined like this: for n equal to -2, 1, the sample values is 2. For n equal to -3, 0, 3, the sample value is 1. N equal to 2, sample value is 0. N equal to -1, sample value is -1. So if we look this, the signal, how it is looks, at 0th value, amplitude is 1. At first value, n equal to 1, amplitude is 2. For n equal to 2, amplitude is 0, n equal to 3, amplitude is 1, n equal to minus 1, amplitude is minus 1, n equal to minus 2, amplitude is 2, or minus 3, amplitude is 1. So this is a one kind of representation. So this is called functional representation, and the signal is represented by this way. And second one is the tabular representation, which is very easy. So first, this row on basically n number different time instances, and this is the signal sample values xn. For minus 3, this is 1, minus 3, it is 1, minus 2 at position, it is 2 sample value, minus 1 position, amplitude is minus 1, and 0 at position, signal amplitude sample value is 1. For 1, n equal to 1, the sample value of the signal is 2, and this way the for different other values of n, the sample values is represented in tabular form. And the third one is the sequence representation, which is most popular and widely used in the different books. And the sample values are enclosed in a third bracket, and a arrow is given to indicate where is the origin. That means for nth equal to 0, what sample values are there? This is the arrow. The sample value is 1. For n equal to 1, sample value is 2. N equal to uh, n equal to 0, 1, 2, sample value is 2, 0, n equal to 3, sample value is 1. And for in the left hand side, n equal to minus 1, sample value is minus 1, equal to minus 2, sample value is 2, n equal to minus 3, sample value is 1. So this is the sequence representation. Sometime in the given problem, you will find that the sample values is enclosed only in the second bracket, but there is no uh, arrow mark is there. So it is assumed that if there is no arrow is given, so arrow will be in the first position. That means this. So if there is no arrow is given, that is the arrow is there in the first position itself. So n equal to 0, amplitude is 1, n equal to 1, amplitude is 2, n equal to 2, amplitude is 3. This way it counts. Now here how much sample value we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is another kind of measurement we have, that is called length of the signal. That means how much sample values are enclosed in a bracket is called the length of the signal. Here in this case, we have 5 sample values enclosed in a bracket. That means the length of the signal is 5. And zero padding is widely used in DSP. So to change the length of the signal. So suppose we have the signal 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. We can pad the 0 to increase the length of the signal. So zero padding can be done in the left hand side, and results we can do in the right hand side also. The suppose 0 pad 2 2 number of 0 is padded with the signal in the front position, then the signal will looks like this. And now the length of the signal will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Length of the signal is after zero padding is 7. Zero padding means zero means nothing. So if this 0 is padded with the signal, only dimension will get changed, but the signal doesn't change that much. Signal that doesn't change. This is the signal itself. And if the signal is 0 is padded in the uh, right hand side of the signal, then the signal will looks like this: 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 0, 0, this. Here also we have increased the signal length 7. Now some to small example. First problem is the graphical representation of the signal. If the signal is xn is like this, so the signal graphically represented will be in this way. So at this is n equal to 0. So this is n equal to -1, -2. So first sample value we are getting for n equal to -2. So for -2 amplitude is 1, for -1 amplitude is 2, for 0 amplitude is 0, for for 1 amplitude is -1, for n equal to 2 amplitude is 1. So this way these two signals are represented also in the graphical way, these two. Now let's discuss the standard signal. Just we have used one standard signal in the last slide. So these are the standard signal we have: delta or unit impulse function, unit step function, unit ramp function, exponential signal, and sinusoidal signal. These are the standard test signal. Why it is called test signal? Because if we suppose we have designed some systems, then the system is characterized with some standard test signal. These are the standard signal represented to characterize the system. As it helps to characterize the system, then for that reason it is called the standard signal. First standard signal we have is called delta standard, delta or unit impulse function. So delta or unit impulse function looks like this. So amplitude is 1 and only one unit of sample values is there, only one. So a discrete delta signal is represented by delta n. Amplitude is 1 and it is defined only at n equal to 0. For n equal to 0, and for other values of n, the signal is not, there is no values of the signal. For only signal value is there for n equal to 0 and the value of the signal is 1. So this type of signal is mathematically expressed by this way. For n equal to 0, the amplitude is 1. For n not equal to 0, either it is positive or negative, the value of the signal or sample value of the signal or amplitude of the signal is 0. Now if the signal is, this is the functional representation of the signal. If the signal is represented in um, sequence form, it is like this. So at origin amplitude is 1, for all other values amplitude is 0. In short, it is represented by this delta n equal to 1. Now what is the importance of the impulse signal? Suppose this is the system. If we apply a impulse signal delta n, suppose the output of the system is this Hn. Now if we perform the jet transformation of Hn, which will give Hz. Hz is the transfer function of the system. So impulse function is a very important function. With this impulse function, we can define the transfer function of the system. The transfer function is basically the input output characteristics of the system. So it is the important transfer function is an important term in case of in point of view of system, because system is designed with the transfer function itself. So without the obtaining transfer function, we can design the any system. So that's why the impulse function is very much important for our case. So this is the mathematical expression for the delta signal. Now unit step signal. Unit step signal is, what is unit step signal? If it is analog signal, then it is UT. It is written as UT. So the signal is defined for t greater than equal to 0. For t greater than equal to 0, the amplitude is 1. But for t less than equal to 0, there is no amplitude of the signal. So signal amplitude is 0. If the signal is risky signal, for n greater than 1, we have some sample values of the signal. But for n less than 1, there is no sample values of the signal. So unit step signal is like that, and amplitude is again 1. So if it is multiplied with any signal, only it can make the signal causal, but in amplitude wise or characteristics wise, only it is the change. It can make the signal causal, but other characteristics will be remain same. Ramp signal.
স্যার ডেল্টা সিগন্যালটা একবার দেখান না।
Yes, this is the delta signal.
ওকে স্যার।
This is the delta signal. And ramp signal is basically is defined like this. That ramp is n for n greater than equal to 0. For greater than equal to 0, the value is n, and for less than equal to 0, it is 0. If it is a continuous signal, RT is a ramp signal. It is basically t when t greater than equal to 0, and it is 0 for when t less than equal to less than 0, the amplitude is 0. So for n equal, suppose n equal to 1, so ramp amplitude will be 1. For n equal to 2, ramp amplitude will be 2. For n equal to 3, amplitude will be 3. N equal to 4, amplitude will be 4. Again, n equal to 5, amplitude will be 5. N equal to 6, amplitude will be equal to 6. So that means if we join this point, so we will get a straight line y equal to mx. Y equal to mx. Straight line equation. So ramp amplitude will continuously increase with increase in the increment of time, or in case of discrete signal, if we increase the time instances, the amplitude of the ramp signal will continuously increased. Now the exponential signal. Exponential signal. Yes, please.
র্যাম্প সিগন্যাল আর ইউনিট র্যাম্প সিগন্যালের মধ্যে কি ডিফারেন্স? মানে দুটো যে আলাদা আলাদা গ্রাফে দেওয়া আছে।
এইটা হচ্ছে একটা কন্টিনিউয়াস সিগন্যাল। দিস ইজ দ্য কন্টিনিউয়াস সিগন্যাল। এইটা হচ্ছে তোমার ডিসক্রিট সিগন্যাল। এর অ্যাম্পলিটিউডটা কি আছে? এর অ্যাম্পলিটিউডটা তোমার মানে ইউনিট র্যাম্প সিগন্যাল, বেসিক্যালি ইউনিট অবশ্য বলাটা উচিত না, জাস্ট র্যাম্প সিগন্যাল বলাটাই ভালো। সরি, দিস ইজ we can write ramp signal only, because unit ramp signal না বলাটাই ভালো। So for different time, suppose when n equal to 0, amplitude will be 0. N equal to 1, amplitude will be 1. N equal to 2, amplitude will be 2. N equal to 3, amplitude will be 3. So as n increases, amplitude will also increases, like the value of with value of the n, amplitude will also increased. Okay, so this is called the ramp signal. Now the exponential signal. Exponential signal, last one example we have seen. We have done some numerical problem to find out the power of the signal. The energy of the signal. So exponential signal is defined by this way: xn equal to a to the power n, where a is basically a real constant. If a is a complex number, then it can be expressed in form of r into e to the power j theta, where theta is denotes the phase, and this is called magnitude. So we will discuss later the complex signal. There is we have many scopes to discuss complex signal. So first let's assume today this is a real number. So now when we'll say we'll set some condition, and you will see how exponential signal will look like with different values of a. When a is greater than 1, so when a greater than 1, suppose it is a equal to 3, then the signal is 3 to the power n. So when n equal to 1, 3, n equal to 2, when n equal to 0, first of all n equal to 0, any number is 0 is 1. So amplitude is 1, n equal to 1, 3, n equal to 2, that is 9, n equal to 4, 3, that is 27. So amplitude is increasing in an exponential way. So for the fraction value of a, we will get these values. So the signal is basically changing this way exponentially. Well, a greater than 1, the shape of the signal will be is like this. Now when a greater than 1 but less greater than 0 but less than 1, greater than 0 but less than 1, example, we are assuming a equal to 1/3. So that means the signal will be xn equal to 1/3 to the power n. So when n equal to 0, it is this is 1, n equal to 1, 1/3, n equal to 2, 1 by 9, n equal to 3, 1 by 27. So as n increases, the amplitude of the signal is decreasing. Obviously, because this is less than 1. Now for negative values of n, we will see the amplitude will increase. So the signal will looks like this when a greater than 0 but less than 1. First case, when a greater than 1, the signal is like this, exponentially increasing towards the positive axis of the time, exponentially increasing towards the negative axis of time indices. Now here a less than 1. So when a less than 1, so when a less than 1, suppose we are assuming n equal to minus 3. So xn equal to minus 3 to the power n. So for different values of n, when n equal to 0, amplitude is 1, n equal to 1, minus 3, n equal to 2, again positive value 9, n equal to 3, again negative value minus 27. So one value will be positive, another value will be negative sequentially. And for the fraction, for the negative values of n, we will get these values. Same way, when a greater than minus 1, less than 0, so this signal is coming, this pictorial representation we are getting for case 4. So this is the exponentially when a greater than 1, growing exponential, greater than 0 but less than 1, decaying exponential, greater than less than minus 1, double-sided growing exponential, and greater than minus 1 but less than 0, double-sided decaying exponential. So depending on the values of a, we are getting different type of exponential signals. Now this is a sinusoidal signal, is discrete form. So in discrete form, what will be the mathematical expression? Xn is represent the discrete signal, a is the amplitude, sine omega, and n is written here. So it is not omega t, this is omega. If it is omega t, it will be a continuous signal. As it is a discrete signal, it is written omega n. For the different values of n, we will get the different sample values. but both the cases the angular frequency is omega is 2 pi f. Some other important signal except this test signal, one is called signum signal. Signal is composed of two unit impulse signal but in the opposite way. When t greater than 0, amplitude is +1. When t less than 0, amplitude is -1 in case of signum function. It is a very popular, very use is there in communication field to obtain the SSBSC modulation, signal sideband suppressed carrier modulation. Signum function is used. So we will see later. Next one is rectangular pulse. Rectangular pulse looks like a rectangular window. Suppose this signal, it is defined as with the in the window -2, -half to +half. Amplitude is 1. So rectangular pulse is represented by the function rect in bracket t. It is 1 when t greater than equal to -half, less than equal to +half. In other cases, it is 0. Now generalized expression is this. It is -t/2 to +t/2. Amplitude is a. Amplitude is a, and other else amplitude is 0. And the function is represented by this expression a rect small t by capital T, where obviously capital T is the duration of the rect. This is the duration of the rectangular pulse, and this is the independent parameter time, and this is the amplitude of the rect. Next is the sinc function. Sinc function is basically a very important function. You will see later to implement different kind of filters and all these things, we need sinc function. So sinc function mathematical expression is basically sin x by x. Is a mathematical function sin x by x. So for the sinc function, when x tends to 0 means near the origin, we know the sin x by x is 1, or that is in the amplitude is 1 near the origin. And when for the different values of x, the amplitude goes down and it extends from -infinity to +infinity. So this is a summarization table. This is delta function. This is discrete signal. This is continuous signal. Unit step, this is discrete and this is continuous. Ramp, this is discrete, this is continuous. This is sinusoid in discrete form, this is continuous form. Exponential signals, different type of exponential signal, growing exponential, decaying exponential, double-sided growing exponential, double-sided decaying exponential. And next is the scaling, or different operation we can perform on signal. What are the different operation we can perform? We can shift the signal in time scale. We can scale the signal. We can provide the we can magnify the signal. So different kind of operation we can perform on signal. First one is the time shifting. Time shifting means signal can be delayed, signal can be advanced, signal can be folded, signal can be folded and delayed, signal can be folded and advanced. This type of operations we can perform. Suppose xn is the original signal. If the signal is delayed by k samples, so how it will looks like. So signal is delayed means suppose this is the signal, amplitude is 1 2 3 4 5. Signal is delayed means we are getting the signal after some time. After some time we are getting some signal. That means where signal is starting from 0th position, instead of 0th position it is starting suppose from 2th position. So it is giving a delay of 2 second, 2 second delay. So this is called time delay. So signal we are getting after some time. So it is achieved by zero padding, two number of zero padding. We have done to a number of zero. So signal get delayed. And in mathematically it is represented by n minus 2. That means signal is now delayed by 2 unit. In generalized it is n minus k. That means the signal is original sequence is delayed by k samples. Advance. Advance means the signal supposed to start from 0, but the signal already have started from minus 2. So advancement means, that means this kind of operation, it is called a shifting operation also. This signal is shifted towards the right hand side by unit 2. This signal is shifted towards left hand side by unit 2. The representation is the signal will be now n equal x n plus 2. Now in bracket the term is n plus 2. If we make it 0, so that means if n plus 2 we make it 0, then we can find out the starting position of the signal. So n equal to minus 2. That means the signal in the delayed signal, whether it is negative or positive, left hand side or right hand side, whether the signal is delayed, so we can get the starting point of the signal. The starting point of the signal is minus 2th position. So now it is the original signal, n equal to 0 is there. The signal is 0 is shifted towards this. Now the signal starts from minus 2. This is minus 2, this is minus 1, this is 0. This is called time advance. Now folding. Folding means if this is a signal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if we place a mirror here in the horizontal axis, so what will be the signal? It is called folded signal. So if the signal is like that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the folded signal will be like that. The origin will be here. These sample values will be in the left hand side. 2, 3, 4, 5. Then folding and delay.
Sir, in the previous case, will the original signal remain or will only the folded signal remain?
The original signal is, this signal is xn. This signal is xn. And this signal will be x minus n. This is folded signal. Original signal, obviously, original signal will be changed. After, if we consider the folded signal, the signal will be minus xn, x minus n, sorry, x minus n. So if we proceed with the folded signal, obviously we have to consider this mathematical expression x minus n, and we have to do the operation whatever we want intended to do. So obviously x n will not be there in that case. We will be, the signal will be only x minus n if we consider only the folded signal. Okay. The signal representation will be changed. We will see how the folded signal is used to get different kind of different kind of calculations. Now, if xn is the signal, if xn is the signal, if the signal get delayed, then expression will be, we saw the expression is xn minus k. Now this signal is being folded. Now the signal is now, after folding, the signal is x minus n. That means this minus n. Now we want to give a delay. We want to shift the signal. So shifting will be done only on n. It is not there for the folding. This minus sign will not come into the picture. We have to provide the shifting only in the bracket term, that is this n minus k. So So this will be up, if we omit the bracket, it will be minus n plus k. So this is the signal, folded signal. The signal is started with this. This is the folded signal. Now with that folded signal, we are giving some delay. So after giving 2 unit of delay, the signal will shift towards right hand side. So signal is now shifted towards right hand side. So folding and delay. So first we have folded the signal, then we have delayed the signal. So this you can write x k minus n. Now folding and advance. So advance, we know a signal will be shifted towards left hand side and the expression will be like this, n plus k. Now we are doing the same operation on the folding signal. So xn is the signal. If it is folded, it is minus xn, x minus n. Now I said the whatever operation you will do, the operation we have to perform on n only. We don't have to consider the sign. We have to apply on the n only. So n will be replaced by n plus k. Now the expression is like this, and the graphical representation will be this. Signal is to a unit shared to it's shifted towards left hand side. That means the signal is advanced by 2 unit. So this is our original signal we have taken. First, this is folding. We have folded the signal, that is xn is 111, x minus n, the signal is completely transformed to the left hand side. Now if we delete the signal by 1 unit, the signal will be shifted towards right hand side. If the signal is delayed by 1 sample, just you see, if the signal is delayed by 1 sample, the signal is shifted towards right hand side by 1 unit. So this is the delay signal. If the delayed signal get folded, now the signal is delayed by 1 unit. Now if we folding the signal, so what is the thing actually? If we are considering, this is a mirror. A mirror is placed over here. If the signal is taken a mirror image, then obviously this sample value will come here. There will be no mirror image for this signal in the origin itself. So after folding, if we after delay, if we fold the signal, the amplitude, the signal sample values will be like this. So in today's class, we have learned the remaining classification of the signal, and we have also learned what kind of operation we can perform on signal, as well as we have learned how to represent the signal, a discrete signal, how we can represent. So if you have any question, you can ask me. So okay, let's take today's attendance.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes,
Sir, could you please explain the multi-channel signal once again?
Yes, obviously. Multi-channel signal, that means signals are coming from multiple sources. Suppose sensors. So suppose we are performing an ECG on particular patient. Suppose we have 12 lead ECG machine is there. That is 12 lead ECG means 12 number of sensors are there, which will be placed in the different parts of the body, different position of the body. Then the 12 independent sensors are collecting data. So each sensor data is a signal. Now composite ECG signal will be there. Composite ECG signal, if we consider only one channel, will not be able to get the full information of the patient. We have to consider 12 signals, otherwise we will not get a complete picture of ECG. So now if the 12 signal is taken in a same place, then the signal is called multi-channel signal. So signal is not composed with one signal. Signal is composed with the different type of number of signal which is coming from different sensors. Okay, now it is clear. That means this is one kind of array signal. That is, in an array, a number of elements are there, and the elements are itself a signal. Okay, you understand? Or
Yes, sir. Got it.
that is, the signal is basically a vector array signal. Each and particular element of the array is itself a signal. So likewise, if we change the ECG list 9 and other 9 and 12 are the most familiar. So if we place 9 sensors, then in bracket the number of signal will be 9 different signals, and the array will be consist with 9 element. Then the signal will be composed with 9 different channels, and here if we consider 12, and then the dimension of the array will be 12. This way we can change the channel of the signal, number of channel in a signal. That means we can say this is a multiplex kind of signal. Suppose in a channel, if we take a communication example, suppose in a particular channel means a physical medium, or where number of telephone lines are coming. So number of telephone lines means number of different persons want to call with is talking with different person. So each person has the speech signal. So if in a particular channel 100 numbers of user are using, then at a time this channel is consist with the 100 number of different signals. So this is also called multi-channel signal. Multi-channel signal in communication medium we achieved by the device called multiplexing, or multiplexer, simple multiplexer, whatever you have studied in the digital electronics class. So actually the motto is the number of different signals are there in a particular frame.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so let's do today's attendance.
So could you please send this PPT to us?
Yes, today I will send you PPT today.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, just a second, let me take the attendance. First, Aniket.
Yes, sir. Present, sir.
Please tell me your roll number.
Sir, 065.
Ankit.
Sir, 47, 047.
Ankit.
47, sir.
No, actually the names are not coming. Just a second. Yes. After Ankit, Aryan. No, sorry, Arijit. Arijit is there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Arijit, roll number.
So 094.
Then Aryan.
Yes, sir. So my roll number is 07.
Okay. Arnob. Arnob.
Sir, 070.
Ornik. অর্ণিক চক্রবর্তী, ওকে। অর্পণ, সরি, আয়ুষ্মান,
So 060.
আয়ুষ্মান,
060.
বিপ্লব,
Yes, sir. 051.
জয়দীপ,
085.
মৈনাক,
So 052.
নিশান্ত,
090, sir.
পারভেজ,
074.
074, প্রসেনজিৎ, 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 রাজদীপ,
Present, sir. 096.
সাগর, সাগর,
Yes, sir. 050.
050, সঙ্গম, সপ্তর্ষ,
Yes, sir. 2002.
2002, শিল্পা,
Yes, sir. 083.
শুদ্ধ সত্য,
061.
শিখা,
032.
ওকে। সোহম,
082.
সৌমিক,
095.
সৌমজিৎ,
068.
সৌমজিতের পর হচ্ছে, সৌমজিতের পর কি? সৌরভ,
Sir, 048.
সৌরভ, সূর্য, সূর্য, সূর্য,
099.
সূর্য, দেন সূর্য, দেন সৃঞ্জয়,
Sir, 076.
শ্রীতমা,
Sir, 100.
শুভজিৎ,
Sir, 086.
তমাল,
Sir, lateral 2005.
উদ্ভাস,
Sir, 066.
বৈভব,
006.
ওকে, ওকে।
Hello. Sir, আমার 2006, sir.
নাম কি আছে? কি নাম?
Prosenjit.
প্রসেনজিৎ, প্রসেনজিৎ, দাঁড়া এক সেকেন্ড, খুঁজে নি প্রসেনজিৎ।
Sir, আমার 2004 অভিক।
প্রসেনজিৎ, তাই তো?
Yes, sir. Lateral 2006.
নাম কি, নাম কি?
Prosenjit Doripa.
হ্যাঁ, দিয়ে দিয়েছি প্রসেনজিৎ, ঠিক আছে।
ঠিক আছে, থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার।
ওকে, থ্যাংক ইউ অল অফ ইউ।
হ্যালো স্যার,
হ্যাঁ, বলো।
আমার ল্যাটারাল 2004 অভিক পাল।
অভিক, 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 অভিক পারলে, ঠিক আছে, ঠিক আছে। আর কেউ আছো?